Hey everyone, it's me, Margot. Today is Wednesday, December 10th. I realize I have no lighting at all in this picture, but you know what? It's going to have to do because I just don't feel like dragging my butt over to my daughter's bedroom and bringing the lamp over to create a little better light. And this subdued lighting is always a good thing to set the mood. Lots going on. Start with my stats. Yeah, let's see. I was 140. No, I wish. 194.6 last week, Monday. Today's Wednesday. I weighed Monday, but today's weight was 192.6. So I lost another 2 pounds. I got all the way down to 192. I think it was yesterday. Gained about a half a pound, but I'm okay with that. It's, you know, to me a half a pound doesn't make or break my week or my day. But it's moving in the right direction, and that's a good thing. I have been an exercising machine, which is why I look a little haggard right now. I just got back from the gym. I am just on it. I think Janie kicked me in the butt, and with that video that she gave me, and I thought, you know what, you are right. And I guess, you know what I did is I did a little smurfing on the web with on the OH websites. Go into some of the dates that are 4 and 5 years out, and you read some of the people who've gained 20 to 50 to plus pounds back. Every single one of them, I mean, literally, I checked probably about 15 of them, and that's a lot, I guess. I don't know. None of them exercised. None of them did. And they said, oh, I need to get back to the gym, or I'm dragging my butt, or I'm only going twice a week. And I thought, you know what? That's what's going to set the difference between me having a normal metabolism and not. Remember how a few months ago I learned from Susan Powder that 3 workouts a week will maintain your fitness level, 4 will adjust your metabolism, and 5 will basically rewrite it. So that's what I'm aiming for, a minimum of 5. Last week I hit 6 days out of 7. So far this week I've done, let's see what's today, Wednesday? I did Sunday, Monday, and today. So I missed yesterday. Lots going on in my life. You guys, some of you asked how the job's going. The temp job's going great. It's pretty easy. You know, it's helping pay the bills as soon as I get a check here come Monday. But our family's in a little bit of a situation. I just would ask for all of your thoughts and your prayers. I don't know if you guys know, if some of you listened to some of my earlier videos or not, but I lost my job in April. And today, my husband and I worked for the same company. Today, my husband found out that his job was being terminated, and because he is a good worker and a top performer. He's been there 6 years. I'd been there about 7. But because he's a top performer, they're making a position for him, but there's going to be a huge pay cut. You know, basically it's benefits and losing about at least almost 20 grand a year. So between my job and his, we've taken quite a hit, shall we say, to our financial pocketbook. Had a nice little nest egg that we were living off of, and I thought with my surgery and whatnot that I was going to take some time. And you know, it's ridiculous, but I have complete peace about this. You know, I've shared before my faith, and even when I got the email from my husband today at work, I was like, oh, well, we've weathered many a storm, and we'll weather this one too. So just ask for your prayers and thoughts. I have a job application that I submitted today on a job that I'd really like, but you know what? I not only want a good job, I want the right job for me, one that I can stay in for 5 to 10 years and maybe even retire in 15 to 20 years, who knows. But we've got some making up to do, and certainly some of our liquid cash is depleted. And if you're like me, some of you guys who have investments, you're seeing those as statements going down. I choose not to look at them and not freak out about it, but you know, when you add that on top of everything else in lieu of our you know, job situation, it looks a little bleak right now. But I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I do know who holds tomorrow, and that's God, and I'm going to lean on Him and pray and trust and just ask that you guys keep us in your thoughts and your prayers. Been watching some really great videos. You guys always are so good at hitting the nail on the head in terms of being thought-provoking, really getting me thinking. I've been doing a lot of, I guess, internal work as well. You know, that's part of this process is working on the head, not just the body, and not just the eating, and not just the food. I've been doing a lot of that and really coming to grips with that in a very good and positive way. But I really am a firm believer, some of you who are really kind of struggling, I'm not just saying, the basic things that we all struggle through and our body transforms right in front of our eyes in a matter of months. But I think a lot of us are dealing with deep, deep root issues regarding why we eat, what is it that made us obese in the first place. And I think a couple of people have hit on that in the past, looking at root issues. I know, for me it's pretty easy to figure out. I always had an eating problem. I remember struggling with food even as a young child, but certainly when I was 11 and my mom died, yeah, I gained a lot of weight. I gained weight because I was bored, I was lonely, and I turned to food as a nurturing sort of thing that maybe a mother normally would fulfill. But I wanted to tell you guys about something really significant that I heard Kelsey Grammer share on the Larry King show. This is about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Larry King had confronted Kelsey Grammer regarding his addictions. I believe he's addicted to and had addictions, recovered from cocaine addiction as well as alcohol. And he himself has struggled with his weight and has overcome some of his demons. Sounds like he has had kind of a change in his heart. And I want to say found God. Had a spiritual experience that things are doing much better for him now. And Larry King asked him why Kelsey Grammer thought, why did he turn to those things for addictions? And Kelsey said something that was really profound, and I really have been kind of chewing it up in my head a little bit, ruminating, and I think it will present you as well with an interesting thought. He said, well, addiction is just unresolved grief. He had some traumas in his family. I don't need to go into all that. You guys can look it up on the web with, I guess, killings or murder. Somebody was murdered or something. But it's unresolved grief. And, for me, I remember thinking before I decided to have the surgery, it's time to grow up. I'm not that 11-year-old little girl that lost her mom or 20-year-old young woman that lost her dad, and I'm not a little orphan Margot. I'm a grown woman, and even though my heart may be struggling with some things emotionally that have caused me some pain in the past, and I know many of you have gone through even far worse things than I, time to deal with them, time to face them. And you know what? In some ways, this last year and this summer that I've taken some time, I have had a grieving process, grieving about the loss of food, grieving over the change in my anatomy, grieving over the loss of clothes, even though these are all victory things now, we're happy about that. But yeah, even saying goodbye to some degree to my parents. And my mom died 34 years ago. I mean, it's a long time. Time to get past it. And time to stop blaming life circumstances on what, that it dictates what I eat. So, little food for thought. I don't want this to go too long, but maybe think this week, what are your root issues? What are the things that you have not resolved grieving over? Unresolved grief. Addiction is unresolved grief. Unprocessed grief. What do you need to grieve over? And maybe take the time. Maybe give yourself the time to say, it's okay for me to grieve over the abuse that I experienced, or the neglect that I experienced, or the poverty, or whatever it is that put you in this position in the first place. Daughter calling from the shower. Gotta get her a towel. Talk to you guys real soon. Keep those videos coming. Take care. Bye-bye.